Good morning, and welcome to the Herb Day Radio Saturday Morning Business Showcase. This time is set aside to help listeners learn about topics of business, services, medical, and legal matters. First today is Kim Boyer of Boyer Territory, a real estate company.
Hello and welcome to Real Talk. This is Kim Boyer. Today we're going to talk mainly about relationships as agents, what kind of relationships you should have. And I want to talk to agents in general and new agents. When you first start in the industry, a lot of people think that, it's going to be easy, gravy, and things are just going to happen and fall in your lap, and that doesn't happen. Even though the market is fantastic and you can happen onto a lot of business, but you have to put in the work, you have to treat it like a job. It's not going to fall in your lap most of the time. You have to schedule your time. I always say if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. You'll forget about it. You put it on the back burner. You won't get to it. You just won't give it your time. So time blocking is really fantastic for your business. Time blocking is when you plan out your day in advance and you dedicate specific time blocks for certain tasks. So say on Monday for the first 4 hours every day, you could call, text, or email your current listings with updates. And you want to do that. In this market, it happens more often than not. A lot of times, massive time blocking or tasks or lists are for your downtime. But way back in the down market, you needed to update your listings and let them know what was going on, how many people are looking at their property, and what kind of traffic they've been getting. But right now, properties have been getting snatched up in a couple of hours and turning down showings. So that doesn't apply in every market. But you do want to keep in contact with your folks, your buyers and your sellers, and keeping it updated. Now, on your buyers, you want to, once that process starts, you're like the coordinator of events. You have to stay on top of everything that's going on for your buyer, helping them, correlating between the bank and the property inspectors, the septic inspectors, scheduling the appraisal, and every little thing that needs to be done until you get to the closing table. And you can also keep in contact with your past clients. You may be looking at your list, and the current market has put a squeeze on like everything that's going on. Nothing is really normal right now. So you really have to check your list, check it twice, be Santa Claus early ahead of the season. Check in with your past clients. Check your CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management, and this could be software or just a business philosophy on how to manage your clients' information, but writing it down and keeping track of it for sure is very important. So keeping in contact with past clients, you can do that by Christmas cards or birthday cards or the anniversary of their home purchase, calendars, etc. And it could be different things for different people. Networking is also very important. That is another form of relationships. Your network should be a variety of people: loan officers, home inspectors, appraisers, carpet cleaners, home cleaning in general, power washing, water haulers, surveyors, other realtors. You have to have people in your circle that you can call on when you need things. Hey, I heard that you do this, or I heard that you do that. And a lot of people will call on you. Even past clients will call. I had someone call me the other day and say, you helped us out with so much stuff. Do you know anyone who hauls water? And I said, I sure do. So I looked up in my contacts and gave him that. And so just experience, doing deals, meeting people, it will all come naturally. Just keep track of them, because everything is important. Every person is important. Every relationship is important. So, and loan officers, meet with them, go over what kind of products they have to offer. That way you're on top of it when you talk to clients. You know what the banks have to offer in general. I mean, we're not loan officers. We're not lawyers. We don't know all of the details, but we can help point people in the right direction, give them a few to choose from. So get them on the phone or do a Zoom session, since we're still in the corona, or you can meet them for lunch. Go to events. Make sure you do some type of advertising, whether you're on the radio like we are right now. Woo! Herb thought that was great.
Hallelujah.
For those that don't know, Herb's always sitting in here making faces at me on the other side of the room. So advertising, radio, newspaper, online ads, Facebook, things like that. Get your name out there, get your face out there. Real estate is a service industry, and we're here to serve clients. There's a lot of moving parts. I was just talking about this today to someone. They said, it's a seller and a buyer that I have. She didn't realize there was so much stress to it, but there are a lot of moving parts, and we're here to serve our clients and help them through the process. So if you'd like to know more about becoming a realtor, give me a call at the office at 937-393-9270. We have a great system set up for you and your growth as an agent. We have a great split, we have leads, a website, .loop. At this time, we're the only local brokerage that is using .loop, and every agent has their own .loop. I know others will be joining that soon. Technology is coming to the country. And I have 3 agents who will be in classes. They are in class right now. So if you're looking for a sponsor, if you're in class, stop in and see me or give me a call. My office is at 957 North High Street in Hillsboro, and just give us a call to make sure that I'll be there, and I would be happy to talk to you. We'll be right back after this. Hi, this is Kim Boyer from Boyer Territory. Our featured listing this week is 6661 Wizard of Oz Way, Hillsboro, Ohio, 45133. That's Paint Township out near Rocky Fork Lake. This is a lot with amenities. It's a beautiful level lot. Like I said, near the lake. It has a really tall carport for your RV. It is upgraded with utilities and a driveway. There's actually a spot for home placement and the additional RV hookups. There's high-speed internet and cable TV available. 2 sheds are included, along with the poured slab patio for the home. There is electric hookup and sewer hookup for the RV. So if you're interested in that lot, get ready for the next camping season and give us a call at 937-393-9270. Welcome back, and now we're going to go to the mailbag and get some questions from listeners.
All right, Kim. Last week you talked about interviewing realtors whenever you're thinking of listing your home or your business or your property. And what criteria, once I'm interviewing realtors, should they meet? What should I look for in hiring a realtor?
The number one thing nowadays is not only to ask if they are online, but to ask if they are part of a multiple listing service, because that is what keeps them in professional standards partly, but also it keeps them all over the internet. If they're a part of a multiple listing service, those listings will pull to all of the other searches for homes like Realtor.com, Zillow, HotPads, Trulia, you name it, there's a whole list of them. So that would be the number one thing, because we are in the country and there are still some that do not belong to those services, and they may be online. So if they are and they give you a website, go check out their website and see if it's up to date, and if you can find homes on there that you can find on other sites, and ask them, are you on not just the multiple listing service, but other sites? And that's the number one question. But also, if you've called this person more than once, how responsive are they to your calls? Do they get right back with you? That's another key thing. Communication is very important.
Okay. Someone else asked, is it common for someone to work exclusively with one realtor?
Yes, and you should, because realtors are not allowed to cross that line of, if you're already working with a realtor, the client can change realtors anytime they want to, but it's not advisable unless you're having a problem, you're not pleased with that realtor. by all means change to someone else. And I didn't know this before I became a realtor. If I was interested in a property, I called the name on the sign. And that's what most of us do. But if you have a realtor that you're working with, consult them right away. And then another realtor cannot treat you like their client or try to get your business once you are already talking to, they've procured you as their client. So by our ethical standards, another realtor cannot cross that line and get your business, but you can at any time.
Okay. Somebody else writes, what's the difference between a buyer's market and a seller's market? Now, this may sound like a Captain Obvious question, but maybe not to everyone.
I've seen him in the future. He doesn't have hair. Did you see that? We are obviously in a seller's market right now, but lots of things about this market are also good for the buyer. But right now, it is a seller's market because most of the homes are moving rather quickly. Some of them are selling in just hours, and they are getting optimum prices for their properties. But also, the interest rates are still at an all-time low, which is good for buyers. Now, typically, when it's a buyer's market, there's a higher inventory of homes and the buyers have a lot more to choose from, and the interest rate may be high or low at that time, and that kind of balances out. Right now the prices may be a little higher and the interest rates are really low, but at another time the prices might be lower and the interest rates are higher, so that kind of balances out. But definitely is a seller's market, but still some good things for buyers as well.
All right, very good. And if somebody would like to send in a question that you could answer on the program, how could they do that?
Best way would be sent to my email, and that's boyerterritory@outlook.com. It's BOYERTERRITORY. I know it's a tough one. So at outlook.com.
All right. You and you've talked about this before, but your listings, they go out how far? And how far do you do business? Hillsborough being the nucleus.
Hillsborough is the nucleus, Highland County, but I'll go out about an hour or more, just depending, kind of what the people are looking for. But I go to all the surrounding counties. It's Fayette, Pike, Ross, Adams, Brown, Claremont, Clinton, and sometimes I go over to Warren County because that's where I'm from, and we'll drive there to go shopping, so why wouldn't we drive there to shop for a house?
Sure.
So always willing to do that.
All right. And you talked in the first part of the program today about agents. Does that mean that you're actively looking for new agents?
Yes, definitely. Always looking for new agents. And that's another thing. We talked about interviewing agents earlier. Agents themselves should be interviewing. If they don't know for sure what brokerage they want to go to, they want to make sure that they fit there and they can work with those folks. So it's always good to talk to 2 or 3 of those as well. But I'm always open and talking to people, always looking for new agents. It's exciting.
Now, when somebody is going to go to get their license, isn't it true that they're usually sponsored by a broker?
Yes, they have to be sponsored by a broker before they go to take their test. Okay.
And do you generally interview these people in advance? What I'm getting at is, I thought I would like to be an astronaut. Okay. But I'm not real keen on enclosed places for like a year at a time and things like that. And so while the suit looked pretty cool and all, the peripherals, it didn't work out for me, but that's not something that you want to find out while you're on your way to Pluto. So
that is correct.
So how, a person may think they want to be in real estate, but how do you kind of weed that out, to say, I don't think this is going to work out for you?
Well, lots of people who are taking the classes, it's part of their classwork to interview at least 3 brokers, I believe, and they have a whole list of questions that they're supposed to ask. And sometimes this does happen. During the course of the class, or even after they've completed the class, they're like, I don't think this is what I really wanted, and they end up not taking the test. Yeah. So, but it is... I think sometimes people think, and there are plenty of successful people that work 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. They have this job and they work another job to keep insurance or what have you, and they do excellent at it. But it's not for everybody because, like I said before, sometimes folks think this can be treated like it is a part-time job for some people, but the people who do well at it on their part-time job are working it like a full-time job.
Right. Okay, very good. Again, your email is what? BoyerTerritory@outlook.com, and the office number is 937-393-9270. And in closing the program, you always say,
until next week, keep your credit clean and don't quit your job.